Hi designers, happy new year to you all. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you how to draft, cut and sew this fitted female corporate pant. It is very simple, detailed and beginner friendly. If you are not getting your trouser right, this video is for you. If you try this method I'll be showing you in this video, your pant is going to come out looking very beautiful like the one being displayed on the screen. So if this looks like what you are interested in, please keep on watching. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using this plain fabric for this tutorial and I'm going to head to fold my fabric into two. I'll be cutting for the front first. So for the front, you're going to be folding using your hip measurement divided by 4 plus 4 or 5 inch. After folding, next thing I wanted you to do was to draw a straight horizontal line at the top of my fabric. This line here is going to be serving as the waistline. Next, I'll go ahead to insert my vertical measurement. So I'll be attaching a waistband to this pant, and because I'll be attaching a waistband, I'll be starting my measurement from 2 inch. The height of the waistband is going to be 2 inch. So I'll place my tape rule on the line I just drew, starting from 2 inch. Then I'll go ahead to insert my waist to hip depth, which is 9 inch. After marking that, I'll go ahead to insert my waist to crotch, which is 11 inch. Next, I'll go ahead to insert my waist to new. So my waist to new is 21.5 inch. I'm going to go ahead to mark that at this point. Then I'll insert the waist to the full length of the pant, which is 42 inch. Then I'll go ahead to add 2 inch extra for hemming allowance. I'll mark that. After marking that, I'll go ahead to draw straight horizontal lines at the point I just marked with my ruler, like you see me doing in the video. So this line here is the waistline, and here we have the hip depth line, the crotch line, the knee line, and the full length line. Next, on this crotch line, I'm going to be going in by 1 inch at this point like this and mark. This 1 inch is going to be serving as a guide. Then from this 1 inch point I just marked, I'll go ahead to mark my thigh measurement divided by 2. So my round thigh measurement is 24 divided by 2 is 12. I'll go ahead to mark it. So if you want your pant to be free, this is where you get to add your ease allowance at this point. After marking this, I'm just going to go ahead to extend the crotch line to meet with the point I just marked like this. Next, from this same 1 inch point I just marked, I'll go ahead to insert my hip measurement divided by 4. My hip is 40 divided by 4 is 10. I'll mark that. After marking that, I'll go ahead to mark the same thing on the waistline, after which I'll draw a straight vertical line with my ruler like this. Next, I'll be inserting my waist measurements on the waistline. So on the waistline, I'll mark my waist measurement divided by 4, which is 7.5. After marking that, I'll mark 1 inch extra for the sewing allowance. Once I'm done doing this, I'll move over to the hip depth line. And on the hip depth line, I'll be inserting my hip measurement divided by 4. So my hip divided by 4 is 10 inch. I'm going to go ahead to mark that at this point. Next, on the crotch line, I'll divide whatever I have on this crotch line into 2 to get the center of the pant we are making. So what I have here is 12 divided by 2 is 6. I'm going to go ahead to mark this 6 all the way down to the hem of the pant, after which I'll connect the point together with a straight line. So I'm doing this so that I'll be able to allocate the measurements equally. I will not have one part looking bigger than the other. So I'm just going to go ahead to connect the point together with a straight line like you see me doing in the video. So after connecting the point together, I'll move over to the new line to insert my knee measurement. So I'm not going to be inserting my exact knee measurement at this point. I've already gone ahead to add the ease allowance I want on my nail because I don't want the nail to be fitted. So what I did was to add 4 inch extra to my actual knee measurement. So what I'll be using for my knee measurement at this point now is going to be 20 inch. So whatever you get, to go ahead to divide it by 2. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. I went ahead to mark 5 inch on both sides of the line I drew, as you can see me doing in the video. After I was done doing this, I moved over to the hem and I marked the same 10 inch on the hem because I want the same measurement I have on the knee to be on the hem of the pant. But if you don't want yours to be like this, you can insert whatever measurements you want on the hem of the pant. After doing this, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is to connect the side with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So I'm going to go ahead to connect the waist to the hip depth with my ruler like this. After connecting it, I'm going to go ahead to use the comfort of my ruler to connect the hip depth to the crotch, after which I'll connect the crotch line to the new with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. Then I'll connect the knee to the hem. Note that I did not add any sewing allowance to this front pant I'm making except the allowance I added to the waist. I'm going to be adding all my sewing allowances to the back of the pant I'm making. So after connecting this side, I'll go ahead to repeat the same thing on the other side of the pant like you see me doing in the video. After connecting, this is what it's going to look like. So next, I'm going to go ahead to draw the curve for the crotch like you see me doing in the video. So I'm just going to go ahead to use my ruler to draw the curve like this. If you don't have a curve ruler, you can simply use your hand to draw the curve. Make sure it is not too deep and it doesn't come out too much also. So this is what you're going to be having after doing all this. The next thing I'll be doing now is to come down at this point by 0.5 inch and mark. After doing that, I'll connect it to the side with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. This is going to make the pant to sit well when it is being worn, and it's also going to avoid folding on the waistline of the pant. So I'm just going to go ahead to draw the curve with my ruler like this. So basically, this is what the front block of the pant is going to look like. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to cut it out. If you notice, I didn't add any allowance on the crotch line. I'm going to be adding all the allowances at the back like I mentioned earlier. So next, I'm just going to go ahead to cut it out. Then we head over to cutting of the back of the pants. This is what your front pants should look like. Next, we head over to the back. So here I have my fabric folded for the back, and when folding your fabric for the back, make sure that it is wider and longer than that of the front because of the allowances that will be added to the back. Next, I'll go ahead to place the front on the back as you can see me doing in the video. And when placing the front on the back, make sure that you have space at the top for the back rise, and also you have spaces all around the pants for inserting the necessary allowance that will be added to the pants. So the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to measure what I have on the waistline. So I'm going to go ahead to place my tape rule on the waistline and measure what I have from this point to this point. And after doing that, what I got was 9 inch. I'll divide that 9 inch into 4. So I'll fold my tape rule into 2 like this, and I'll fold it into another 2 again. After folding, what I got was 2.25. So from this center line, I'll mark the 2.25 like this. I'll mark the 2.25 like this, after which I'll draw a straight vertical line with my ruler like this. So after drawing the line for the back rise, what you go ahead to do is to measure what you have on your front crotch extension. Go ahead to measure it. What I have here is 2 inch. Whatever you get is what you'll be using as the back rise. So if yours is 2.5, mark the 2.5 at the top. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to extend the front waistline all the way to the back like this. So after extending it, the next thing to do is to measure what you have on your front waistline and mark the same for the back. So you place your tape rule starting from this 2 inch you went by, and make sure that whatever you get stop on this waistline extension we have on this side. After doing that, you go ahead to connect the 2 points together with a straight line. So what you should have at this point should be the waist measurement you have on the front. The front and the back waistline is always the same. Next, I'll be coming out by 1.5 inch on the crotch line, and I'll go ahead to mark that. After marking that, I'll connect the waistline to the crotch line with my ruler like this. So after connecting, I'll head over to the new line, and I'll be coming out by 1 inch on the new line, and I'll do the same thing on the hemline. So if you want your pant to be very free, you can go ahead to add 1.5 inch or 2 inch. This depends on how free you want your pant to be. After marking this, I'll go ahead to connect the crotch line to the new line and the new line to the hem with my ruler like this. So after marking the sides, next I'll move over to the back crotch extension. So for the back crotch extension, I'm going to be extending the back crotch by 1.5 inch. So if you're on the bigger side, you can do 2 inch or 2.5 inch. I'll mark that. After marking that, I'll move over to my hip line. So remember I came in on the waistline by 2.25 inch. I'm going to go ahead to come out by the same 2.25 inch on the hip line also and mark. After marking that, from this point I just came out by, that's this 2.25 inch I just came out by, I'll go ahead to insert my hip measurement divided by 4, and I'll mark it at this point like so. Then I'll add 2 inch extra for the sewing allowance that will be on that hip line. Remember, while drafting the front, I did not add any allowance on this hip line. Now this 2 inch I'm adding is going to be serving as the allowances I'm going to be using while making my pant. So what I did basically at this point was to come out by 2.25 inch. I came out by on the waistline. After doing that, I went ahead to insert my hip measurement divided by 4, and I added 2 inch extra for my sewing allowances. And also take note of this point here, because that is where you're going to be connecting to get the crotch for the back pant. So the 2 inch extra is for the sewing allowance. 1 inch is going to be for the front and 1 inch is going to be for the back. So if you have any question regarding what I did here, please drop it in the comment section. So next I'll go ahead to reconnect the waist to the hip depth line using the curved part of my ruler like you see me doing in the video. Then I'll go ahead to take it all the way down to the nail line also like you see me doing in the video. This is what the side is going to look like. Next, I'll go ahead to extend the front crotch line all the way to the back like this, and I'll go ahead to reinsert the extension for the back crotch. So I use 1.5 inch for my back crotch extension. I'll go ahead to mark that at this point. Then I'll come down by 0.5 inch and also mark, after which I'll draw the curve to meet with the hip depth line on the front like this. Then I'll take away the front like so, after which I'll go ahead to draw the crotch line for the back with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So basically this is what this part is going to look like. So next I'll be coming out by 1 inch on the nail line and also on the ankle line, after which I'll connect the points together. Then I'll connect the back crotch to the nail line with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So this is what the back pants is going to look like. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to cut it out. So after cutting, this is what the back of the pants is going to look like. And here we have the front of the pants. So the next thing we're going to go ahead to now is to start stitching the piece together. And the first thing I'll be doing is to sew the crotch area of the pants. I'm going to go over to my sewing machine to stitch this part using 0.5 inch, and I'll be doing the same thing on the back also. I'm going to be sewing this part using 0.5 inch, so make sure that the good face of your pant is facing each other and you are stitching on the wrong face of the pants. So here I've gone ahead to join the crotch area using 0.5 inch, and I forgot to trim off this part. I came down by 0.5 inch on the center front, so I thought it twice to do it together with you and not do it behind the camera. So here I've gone ahead to cut out this part so the pant sits well when it is being worn. So after cutting, this is what the front block of the pant looks like. After sewing, I opened up my seam and I ironed it, and I also went ahead to repeat the same thing for the back of the pant, and this is what the back of the pant looks like. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to join the front and the back pant together, and to do that I'll go ahead to place my pant like this. Then I'll place the front on the back, making sure that the good face of the pants are fitting each other. So I'm just going to go ahead to arrange it like you see me doing in the video. So after arranging, I'll head over to my sewing machine to stitch, and I'll place the crotch area together. Make sure that the seams at this point meet. Then go ahead to stitch using 0.5 inch, and I'll be doing the same thing on the other side also. Once I'm done stitching this part of the pant, I'm also going to go ahead to close up the sides of the pant. So you place it, making sure that the sides are aligning. Then you close up the side using 0.5 inch also. You're going to be closing one part completely, but on the other side you're going to be leaving a space for your zipper allowance. So I'm going to be coming down by 8 inch from the waistline and mark, so I'm going to be leaving that opening for my zipper, and I'll go ahead to close up the remaining part using 0.5 inch. So here I've gone ahead to stitch and iron my pant, and this is what it looks like. So I opened up the seam and I gave it a good press, and this is what the pant looks like once I was done doing it. So it is very important that you iron while sewing so you have a very neat finishing. The next thing I'll be doing now is to attach my waistband to the pant. Before cutting out your waistband, make sure you measure what you have on your waist area. So this is me taking the waist measurement I have on the pants. After taking the measurements all the way around the waist on the pants, what I got was 34 inch. So my actual waist measurement is 33 inch. Then the 1 inch extra is for the sewing allowance. So if after taking this measurement you have more than your waist plus allowance, go ahead to shape it to your actual waist measurement. So here I went ahead to cut out the waistband, and the length of the waistband is the length I measured on my pant. So remember while drafting, minus 2 inch for the waistband. So unfold the waistband is 2 inch, but when cutting your waistband, you are going to go ahead to cut out 5 inch for the band because you are going to be folding it into two. So after cutting, go ahead to add your interface. Then you fold 0.5 inch at the top and 0.5 inch at the bottom. Then you go ahead to fold into two. So when folding it into two, you're not folding it into two equal parts. You make sure that one part is a little bit longer than the other. I hope you can see what I'm trying to show you at this point. One part should be a little bit longer than the other so that after stitching, you don't have any seams showing on the outer part of the pants. The next thing I'll go ahead to quickly do now is to show you how to fix this waistband on my sewing machine. So here I have my pants, and we're going to be fixing the waistband starting from the wrong side. So here is the waistband. Remember I said when folding, you make one part longer than the other. So we're going to be starting with the shorter part. Go ahead to pick the part that is short, then you place it on the wrong face of your pant. That is on the wrong side. The good face of your waistband should face the wrong side of your pant. And when fixing this, make sure that the waistband is out by at least 0.5 inch. This part will be used to turn that edge to give it a neat finishing. So I'm going to go ahead to place this on my sewing machine, and I'll be stitching this part using 0.5 inch. So after sewing, this is what the waistband should look like. This is what the inner part of your pants should look like after sewing the waistband. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to close up this opening I have at this point, and I'll trim off the excess I have here. After trimming, I'll fold the waistband like this, making sure the good face is facing each other. I'll fold it into two like this. Then I'll go over to my sewing machine to close up this part like you see me doing in the video. So after closing up the part, I'm going to turn it over to the good face, and this is what it is going to look like after turning. I'll go ahead to repeat the same thing on the other side also. So after closing up the opening, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to completely close up the waistband. So you go ahead to push the allowance inward like this and place the waistband on it. Then you run a stitch at the top. But before doing this, what I love to do most times is to secure this with my hemming gum, because if I should sew it like this, most times the fabric moves. So I'll go ahead to place my hemming gum inside like this and iron it to keep it in place. After which I'll come back to run a stitch on it to secure it. So this is what it looks like after securing it with my hemming gum. The next I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is to run a top stitch at the edge of the waistband like you see me doing in the video. So after stitching, this is what the waistband is going to look like. As you can see, it is looking neat both on the inner part and on the outer part. The next thing I'll go ahead to do now is to fix my zipper to the side, after which I'll go ahead to hem the lower part of the pants. So to hem the lower part, I'll just go ahead to fold it like this. Then I'll keep it in place with my hemming gum, after which I'll tag it with my needle and thread. I'll do this, and I'll come back to show you the final look. So here we have the final look of the pants, looking so beautiful and very nice. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share and drop a comment if you are yet to. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my other tutorials.